Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes video, and today we are covering the Galactic Bounties 1 special event. This is the original Galactic Bounties. There is a second version of this event that came out more recently, but we still see the first version roll around here. And today we're covering the deadly tier, the top tier of this event. It is really difficult. This event requires you to use bounty hunters, which are now geared up for most people thanks to the Legendary Chewbacca event. So I'm going to be taking that same team from the Legendary Chewbacca event into the deadly tier of the Galactic Bounties. And the reward for completing this are Wampa shards. And so if you don't have Wampa yet at 7 stars, this is a great way to get him. The only other way is with the Galactic event currency. So we're going to go in here, and this is the team. It's a pretty solid bounty hunter team. It's a Zeta Bossk lead. He is at gear 12. No extra pieces, and we are running a pretty decent mod set on him, but nothing spectacular, 78 extra speed. If you are serious about completing this event, then go ahead and switch over all of your arena mods, your most powerful mods, to your characters here, and give you that extra edge in order to try and get this done. Boba Fett, another plus 72 speed. He's at gear 11. And the other characters are at a similar spot. Here's IG-88, also gear 11, rocking 49 extra speed. He's really, really slow there. I should really just switch out a set of mods for him. But that's not the point of the video. It's just to show that it can be done with not a crazy gear 12 team, but a really, really solid team is required. This event is hard. This is Dengar. He's at 175 speed, an extra 70 on him at gear 10. And then we have poor Greedo here at gear 9, bringing up the rear, and he is running 71 extra speed. We've got the crit chance and crit damage on him. Greedo is all about the crits. So we're going to go in here, and as you could see in the first screen, I have defeated this one time earlier today, got it to 3 stars, but it's super hard. It took, I don't know, between 10 and 20 tries, and a lot of the tries, and that's not even counting probably the restarts. There is a ton of things that can go wrong, especially with IG-88 and Greedo. They can just get wiped out in the opening salvo. This event runs preloaded turn meter on each wave of the fight. So you're just going to have to sit there and take it. But if you survive, this team with a Zeta Bossk lead can regenerate health and protection very quickly. So first order of business, get some health and protection back and get taunt up on Bossk as quickly as we can here. So we are going to just throw out area of effect debuffs, because when we put those debuffs on, the team regenerates health and protection. So you can see now we're doing pretty well. We've gotten everybody up to pretty much full health and protection. So the second thing we want to do is try to get the bounty paid by completing Bossk's contract, and unfortunately the taunts usually will block that in this first wave here. So you may not complete it in the first wave, which is not too big a deal. Completing it in the second is just fine. And here we've got 2 snowtroopers. So these guys are dangerous. If you don't come into the second wave at full health and protection, the snowtroopers can start with AoE, and especially Greedo with low level, and especially IG-88, they are vulnerable to a back-to-back. You could get Bossk's taunt up, but a back-to-back area sweep could take out one of those guys. So another dangerous time here. You want to try and get these guys down as quickly as possible. And rather than risk it with Greedo here and hope for a back-to-back shot, we'll just move turn meter down, and we could survive 1 AoE for sure, and we didn't have to worry about the second because we'll get to go here. But now the taunt is up. We get one of them down. We'll focus the second one. And the contract, as you can see, is also paid out. So we're going to move on here and be in pretty good shape. So again, the first wave, you've got that opening salvo. You just have to take on the chin. The second wave, you've got that back-to-back potential AoE. They don't do it every time, but they can, and that can also be a stumbling block. And if you lose somebody early, you want to bail out, because why waste your time? The last fight, the last wave, is hard enough on its own with a full-strength team, so don't waste your time going into that at less than full strength, because odds are it's not going to go well for you. Now, we are going to get through the last wave here. We have some soldiers, and what is there, a scout there? Boba Fett can go down, that's fine. We do want to make sure we get his execute off, and it might be enough. Let's try it. Okay, unfortunate that we did not get it. So we need to make sure we leave a target for Boba Fett. We want to get his buff back up. let's do... So the other thing we have to be cautious of is we want all of our abilities for this last wave. The last wave is just a Wampa all by himself, but basically you have to prevent the Wampa from getting a turn or ability block him every turn. So you need stuns and you need ability block, and so specials are a premium. So we're going to kind of just chill here and not try to blow, and we already lost IG-88. Okay, so rather than make you watch me fight my way through that again, what we'll do is I will play through until I get back to the beginning of the third wave. We'll jump back in fresh, and we'll keep going from there. But you've seen the first two waves and how they work. Okay, so here we are back in the third wave, and another thing to consider, you won't always have control over this, but if you can go into a wave with some of your characters at high turn meter, you might be able to get a chance to go first, and doing that can make the difference. Here we have Boba Fett going first. Getting that ability block out might put us in a good situation. If you have Bossk, of course, and he can put the taunt up, all that is good, because otherwise your characters are left out there, and these guys hit hard. They're level 88. They're above the level of your characters, so it is a dangerous opening salvo for any of your characters when you come into one of these waves. So we'll try and get our taunt up, and I'm going to save execute here. We don't want to burn that. We're going to need, like I said, every special that we can get, and we're taking some characters out. Having the taunt up is a big help, and now we should be able to eliminate another character, and one more, and again, we're going to just use some basics here. Okay, we're going into wave 4, and again, you're still not done. There is a lot that can go wrong here in this last phase. So, the name of the game, stun and ability block. So, my lineup is not the ideal lineup. If you can, you want to use Cad Bane. I think he has a stun on his basic or on a really low cooldown. So, Cad Bane in your lineup for this event is awesome because you'll get lots of chances to stun, and potency on him is going to be a very good choice. But, we do have some options here. Dengar has his blast and smash, and if the target has 50% turn meter or more, then they're going to be stunned. So let's give that a shot. We get a stun, and immediately he's back to 99% turn meter here. So what we really don't want to happen is the big daze where he smashes the ground, dazes everybody, and gets the protection up. If he gets that protection up buff, forget about it. With this team, his damage is too high, and his protection will be too high. You're not going to get through it. So we really need to be careful. He had his first turn. We're going to go for a stun here, and we get it. And we get some extra attacks. Now, what we can do is lower the turn meter here by using Greedo's Threaten. Let's do that. And that's going to give us some extra turns. Now we want to get some thermal detonators out here to really pile on that damage. And more thermal detonators from Dengar here. There we get 5 on him. That's great. Now, this is the big decision. Do you go for the ability block to guarantee, if you get that, then you know he's not going to be able to smash. You'll be in good shape. Or you can go for the execute to hopefully take him out in one big hit. This guy's got a lot of health. I don't think the execute's going to hit hard enough. So we're going to go for ability block. Try to bide a little bit more time here. A basic won't hurt us. It's just that ground pound that we don't want. We get the ability block. Great. Let's keep working here. Hopefully we get a chain from Greedo. 2 hits. The detonators all explode. And look at that. He's still at 80% health. And now this is where things get really dangerous. We do not have a ton of turn meter. And unfortunately, Bossk did not have his taunt ready. So he didn't get to taunt and then chain a bunch of turns thanks to specials. So it looks like the Wampa's going to go next. But he does have ability block up still. So I think we're still in good shape. I'm not going to use execute because that would burn the ability block. And that would be no good. So we'll get the damage out. Good, he hits Bossk. Perfect. We get the taunt up. But we're still not out of the woods yet, and we don't have a special. But I think Dengar's going to go next, and that might be what saves us. So let's get some damage in. Again, we can try to stun here. He's got 50% turn meter. We get the stun. Now we're in really good shape. It's going to be close here. Let's go for the execute. Now we can get another stun with the group attack. We get it. Big hits there from Greedo. Let's put another debuff on him. I think it missed. That was unfortunate. Throw out those detonators. That should be enough now. 5 detonators with that low of health might be enough. Reduce the turn meter. And Boba Fett for the kill. There we go. We get it. So that was actually the second run when I failed there on Wave 3 and lost a character, and I came back in. It was right away the next run that we completed it. So I've gotten a better handle on the strategy. It's a little more consistent. I kind of know what to look for in terms of turns and how the opening has to go and how my abilities need to be saved, and then what you need to work on the Wampa in the right order in order to lock him down and, again, prevent that ground pound turn where he gets protection up. He gets his protection up, it's probably going to be over, again, with this team. There are some of the other bounty hunter teams that can deal more damage that are a bit more effective for this, but I'm using the team that I use for Chewbacca, so that's probably the team most people are going to have with Chewbacca coming up again soon. So, following those tips, surviving the opening wave, a little bit of RNG there, trying to go into each wave with high turn meter, so you get to go first, saving cooldowns at the end of the phase so you can go into the next round with your abilities, and then playing ability block or stun on the Wampa for every single turn that you possibly can is going to be what you need in order to complete Galactic Bounties 1, the Deadly tier, with a mostly Gear 11, one Gear 12, I think a Gear 10 and a Gear 9 in there. So about a Gear 10, Gear 11 team, you can get this done. But it's not easy. It's going to take some RNG. So good luck with this. Hopefully you found this video useful. If you did, let me know in the comments below. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.